All right. Shalom Akim. All right. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rakak, Kodash. We also want to give double honor to the apostles at Great Millstone, rule well. And we want to say peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. I was the high spirit, we're in Judah to my right. All right, behind the cameras is the other war. Hey, Salak, hey man, a woman just passed by, you know, hey, it is what it is, man, we met. But anyway, yeah, behind the cameras, Elder War, right? And today we're gonna go into a lesson entitled Run While the Thorns in Your Flesh. Because a lot of brothers might be struggling with certain things, whether it's physical ailments, whether it's weaknesses you have to struggle with, and then when you deal with it, it might make you weaker. It might distract you from the word. You'll feel all messed up. You'll feel disqualified or unqualified to get into the spirit. You feel like you're not worthy to get into the spirit. So you feel like, I'm not going to get back into the word until I get this thorn out my flesh. You prayed about it, you fasted about it, and you're still struggling with it. But through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, we're here to tell you, do the works while you're struggling with that demon, man. Yeah. Fuck it. That's how, but you know, that's like you working out, right? You might have a day where you ate the wrong food, now you feel sluggish. You might have did some things that made you all tired and weak, and you're like, man, I don't feel like going to the gym. That's where you need to go. When you have low energy, you feel like shit, you know you're only gonna do a fraction of what you usually do at the gym, that's when you need to go, because you're working out, you work from another standpoint. You're not working from high energy, you're working from low energy, and that's how you build strength. That's how you exercise that character and that fortitude and that strength of mind. Same thing with the word. When you have those things you're struggling with and you still do the works, that's how you build that perseverance to do the works in season, out of season. Go ahead, Elder.
And you know, even with Esau's jobs, if you take a day off every time that you feel a little bad or a little under the weather, you're gonna run out of days, and you're gonna lose your job.
You're gonna lose your job, man.
You know,
you better come to work on that headache. You know, because we never feel like going to work, man. But can you go start with 2 Corinthians 12?
2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool. For I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be.
This is Paul, the Apostle Paul, saying, I desire the glory, but I dare not. I'd be a damn fool to do so, because I'm not finna get measured above who I really am. I'm not finna have some man thinking I'm Yahweh Shai, on the same level of Yahweh Shai. All right, go ahead.
All right, read 6 again. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me.
Yeah, because you got a brother that came, we came into the truth, you know, around the time we came into the truth, and we had men that come into the truth. They were precept kings. They knew how to cut. They were surgical when it came to cutting scoffers. And you would look at them like, dang. They holding conference calls. We asking them questions. But guess what? Their knowledge inflated them, man. And men thought them to be above who they really were. They were really babes with a high knowledge capacity. All right? But the Most High spared Paul, but he didn't spare them brothers, you see? And the Most High, you're going to find out that the Most High makes you struggle with certain things in life to keep your ass humble. All right?
And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me.
Now, he didn't get specific on what that thorn in the flesh was, and that's beautiful that he didn't get specific. Because that means it's open and it's applicable to any brother in his circumstances. But Paul could have been a sickness, okay? But for you, it could be a demon that you're struggling with. It could be a weakness that you deal with, and every time you indulge in that weakness, every time you succumb to that weakness, you feel weaker. You know what I mean? It could be a disease. And every time that ailment kicks in, you in too much chronic pain to actually focus on the word. You see? That thorn in their flesh could be anything. It could be people on a job. Your thorn in the flesh could be people fucking with you on a job, man, giving you a hard time. And now you all carnal in the spirit. So, but you're going to realize that the Most High, he uses certain things as instruments so you can exercise with, man. He gives you certain things so your spirit can be strengthened with, man. Those thorns in the flesh that bug you is there to build character, man. Even those so-called negative experiences you had that make you it brought you to a lower state, it was there so you could be stronger, man. You see? So knowing the precepts is beautiful. We're not knocking brothers knowing precepts. You're supposed to know them. But another thing is actually having character to walk through these hurdles, man. To jump over these hurdles. All right, go ahead, brother.
Well, that's the real test.
That's the real test.
You know what I'm saying? It's, that's the on the surface part of this truth. When you first hear it, you're going to start reading the scriptures and you're going to start memorizing them. You're going to start learning them. You're going to know how to break them down. But the real thing is, okay, now your wife want to leave you and she's threatening to take the children because you dedicating your time to the ministry. You know what I'm saying? People coming against you, your job saying they finna fire you or whatever the case may be, or your job saw you, so now they trying to fire you or different stuff like that. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep on?
Right.
Or are you gonna slow down and stop? Which we've seen men throughout time slow down and stop. But yeah, it's lucky.
I mean, it's a beautiful point, man. You first got to get trained up in the word, you get the knowledge, but now you got the physical test. I know one guy, he's trying to be a cop, but he said first he has to take written exams. After the written exam, it's the physical exams, man. It's the physical test. So same thing in the spirit. First you absorb the information and you learn how to defend the gospel on every strata. Dealing with any religion, any doctrine contrary to the word, you learn how to defend the gospel, but then you have to learn how to have fortitude and have integrity amid different circumstances the Most High is going to put you in, man. Being broke, dealing with ailments, whatever it may be, struggles, weaknesses. All right, go ahead.
Go to the world and them that dwell therein.
And lest I should be exalted above measure, through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure.
Because it kept him humble. It kept him humble, man. And something that the Apostle Gabar said, your struggles keep you humble, man. And I could speak for that. I know brothers around me can speak for that. When you brought to that lower state where you have no power to help yourself, you gotta ask for help. You brought to that lower state where you don't know how you're gonna get this bill paid. You're just gonna depend on the Most High. You can't work overtime, you might have a job. You can be like, man, the future is in the hands of the Most High. I don't know how this is gonna happen. That's there to keep you humble because you might be growing in the spirit or you might be a knowledgeable brother, but the Most High is having mercy on you to keep you humble. So the Most High is going to put you in circumstances that's going to give you struggles. He's going to give you struggles to keep your behind humble, man.
Yeah, knowledge puffeth up.
Knowledge puffeth up, whether you make it happen or not. You can pray for humility, but then when you get your answer prayer, Most High give you circumstances that humbles you, man. You know, you might get rebuked, man, amongst Israel, in front of Israel. Again, that happened to that brother. Dang, you know, kind of embarrassed and shit. But guess what? That's there to humble you. You're still in the truth. That's all that matters. All right, go ahead.
For this thing I besought the Lord thrice.
He prayed to the Most High 3 times to get that thorn out of his flesh, man. Go ahead.
They might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
Hey, that's beautiful. Because the things that challenge you is what change you. The things that challenge you is what strengthens you, man. So you build character and you build strength in the spirit by dealing with the things that challenge you and that burden you. You build strength by dealing with that thorn in the flesh. You know, if you're an athlete and you got that 20-pound weight vest, by you running with that 20-pound weight vest and burden on you, that gives you strength. You doing pull-ups with that 20-pound weight vest, that thorn in the flesh, spiritually speaking, all right, that actually makes you stronger. So you being able to get into the word, deal in the spirit, and maintain your integrity and the truth, all while you're catching hell, or all while you're dealing with certain demons, that gives you strength in the spirit. Instead of praying that he takes it away, pray that he gives you strength to deal with it, man. Is there more to that?
Yeah, so 2 more verses. Well, I'm finished verse 9.
Okay.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong.
Hey, for when I'm weak, so when you're tested and when you overcome those challenges, that's when you're made strong, man. All right, that's why he took glory in it. And because one thing, he knows that the Most High is dealing with him. The Most High is using those to not only chastise you from your wickedness, but to actually keep you humble. So he's dealing with you. And he knows that that's making him strong in the spirit, man. That's called building character. Character is 90% of the truth, man. 10% is your showmanship, you know? All right? And after you get your precept, I want you to get 1 Corinthians 10:13.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 4.
Yep.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Hey, man, some of the obstacles, the Most High could baby Job you, man. Because one effect will cause another effect. I'm gonna give you an example. You might lose a job, and after you lose a job, you may go a long period of time without that job. After a while, your woman gonna lose patience, man. She gonna lose patience with the fact that you could have got a better job if only you went out of town. If only you shaved your beard. So your woman gonna leave you. So now you not only are you broke, a woman that you love gonna leave you. She might take your kids. So that's being brought to a lower state. Hey man, you'll get brought to a lower state, you actually look like a bum, man. You actually look like you know what I'm saying, going through some shit. So that's being brought to a lower state, man. You might be sick. You might not be able to take care of yourself. As a man, you'll feel messed up in the flesh because you can't provide for yourself, man. You still gotta maintain your integrity. You got family members telling you to go to college. You still young. Just go and join the military. All right? So patience is not falling for what they telling you and keep that tunnel vision, man. All right, and can you get that 5th verse in Sirach 2 and 5?
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yeah, hey, acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Paul took glory in those adversities, man. But can you get that Corinthians now?
Come.
Hey, patience is something we gotta pray for. So, brothers, when you catch in hell, don't try to wait until you are in this perfect spirit to do the works, man. Don't try to wait till you're in your full strength. When the Most High get me out the spirit, that's when I do the works, man. Nah, pray for the strength and the fortitude to do the works, no matter how messed up in the spirit you feel, man. No matter how ungrateful you feel. You know, pray for
Yeah, that good.
Go ahead.
Now I got. Now, did you want to say Corinthians 10 or
1 Corinthians 10:13? Yeah, no temptation.
Okay, I thought so. It was 2 Corinthians 10 was in it too. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
Hey man, the Most High will tempt you, man. I'm gonna tell you something through the spirit. How about some outside through experiences? The Most High will intensify that. You ever heard the phrase, pressure busts pipes but makes diamonds? The Most High will give you stresses, so you about to explode. You be like, fuck.
On the edge.
You be on the edge, man. You be like, damn. But the Most High is he's giving you a temptation that you're able to bear whether you realize it or not. He knows it because he knows your spirit, man. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit on him because he's getting stronger. Year by year, he's getting stronger, so I'm gonna turn the heat up on him, man. So you'll go through that stuff that make you just wanna snap out, get carnal, then you losing like that. Part of the thing is maintaining your integrity the way a vessel maintains its integrity in the oven. If he cracks, he didn't maintain his integrity. So if you crack and spies out, or you lead the truth, you're not maintaining your integrity. A lot of times, guys fall out not from stress, but from comforts. Brothers to get their wife that's not Keisha. She got long hair, she's from the Northern Kingdom. she does exactly what a woman's supposed to do, and you fall out, man.
Says the Most High,
You fall out because a
unto
dog
you,
bark.
O
Man, I got a
priest,
dog and it bark.
that despise
Now
thy
I
name.
don't want to be the truth no more. You got a woman that's submissive, and I don't want to be the truth no more. She's supposed to be submissive.
She doing what she's supposed to do anyway.
She doing what she's supposed to do. So you got one point of you get stressed and you want to crack, and that's your temptation. But you got another temptation of you getting all your needs met, and now you feel too passive to go out there and teach. All because you get your needs met, don't mean you supposed to stop going out, man. That man, a gift destroys your fucking heart, man. You know, we're not praying for an ugly wife.
Right.
We're not praying for a nagging woman so we can still be so vexed that we go out there and teach. If we can get us a woman that's down and she cool, great.
Yeah.
But I'm not finna fall out for that.
Ye offer
You know, there's a
polluted
biscuit
bread
you
upon
got.
my altar.
You know?
Sirach 27 and 5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessel. I'm gonna read it again. Sirach 27 and 5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessels.
Yep.
So the trial of man is in his reasoning.
Yeah. And the furnace proving the pot of vessel, that's your experiences, man. You're being proven through your temptations. As a matter of fact, the word tempt means to try. Temptation means to try. And to try you is to prove you. That's why you have experiments. X means out. I think peri means to try out. That's where you get your experiences from. Experiences, you being tried through your experiences. You learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you, man. So don't think, the last scripture, can you get to the Romans where it said tribulation, work of patience experience? All right, and we're gonna close it out with that. Because long story short, man, that warrior mentality, that soldier mentality is, man, we going headstrong whatever happened to us, man. All right, we going headstrong, whatever demons we got, whatever weaknesses we got, whoever just walked out on us, whatever disappointments we had, whatever looked like it, whatever is in our bank account, or whatever's not in our bank account, we going headstrong in the spirit, man. That's a soldier mentality. We not praying no more. Take this burden off me. Take this off me. Now, brother, in chronic pain, or you going through what you go through, of course you can pray to take that off you. But what we're saying is some things you're just gonna struggle with. And you need to do the works regardless, man. Yeah, man. Speaking of temptation, man. Fuck around and get marked. But anyway, yeah, those some little organic looking so-called black women. But the point is, man, the whole sum of this lesson, the conclusion of this lesson, hopefully you brothers accept it in the spirit. Man, run while the thorns in your flesh, man. Run with that sprained ankle in the truth, man. You know, run with that burden, man. Hey, I just seen Forrest Gump. I know it's kind of corny, but Forrest Gump had that leg brace, man. And you know, Jenny kept saying, "Run, Forrest, run." After a while, Forrest started running with them leg braces. Them braces came off, man. A lot of times, your burden will leave you when you learn how to deal with your burden. We can learn how to do the works with that burden, man.
And ye say,
Where's it at?
wherein have we polluted thee? And that ye say, the table of the Most
Yeah,
High.
Romans 5 and 3
the
says.
temple.
Romans chapter 5, verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also,
Proverbs.
knowing that tribulation worketh patience.
Tribulations work in patience. Patience means to suffer. So when you're used to tribulations, you have a stronger mind to deal with adversity, man. Patience is somebody who's patient is somebody they're able to deal with adversity. They're able to suffer, man, and maintain their composure, man. That's like a female nature to just, she spaz out when things get uncomfortable, man.
Yeah, that's why women go crazy when somebody starts shooting.
You know, and that's how you get shot. That's how you get shot, you know. That's the nature of a soldier. That's a characteristic of a soldier to keep his composure in adversity. That's something you told me. You was like, you know, you in a confrontation, don't get all hyper upset, keep your composure, man. You see somebody getting all confrontational, man. You know, that's how you maintain control of the situation.
This is Proverbs chapter 18.
And patience, experience.
Patience, experience, man. Because when you learn how to deal with those situations, you build a resume of experiences through those different circumstances that you're successfully walking through, Lord willing, man. Now you can tell other brothers how to maintain that situation, man. You got brothers that have experiences with women, so they can tell different brothers about women. You got brothers that can tell you about certain weaknesses that you're dealing with, because they had the same weakness, but they walked through it, man. Through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, go ahead.
And experience hope.
Yep. Because ultimately, man, what you're gonna realize is that we only leaning on the word, man. The most I gonna put you in situations so the end result is you just hope to get the hell up out of here. You leaning on the prophecies to get up out of here, man. Now that's the only thing that got you standing on your 10 toes is the promises that you read in the prophecies in the scriptures, man. That's the only thing you have to look forward to. The woman's garbage, the food is garbage. Like that nigga Style P say, the food was garbage. They locked up some, you know? Everything is garbage. The only thing we have to look forward to is his word, man. That's where the hope comes in at. You had anything you want to add to that?
Nah, just the application of wisdom is much harder when you live it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Apostle Paul said, they that preach the gospel should live of the gospel.
Yeah.
It's way different when you actually living it than when it's a lifestyle. You got to make choices. Was it a trial of man is in his reasoning? Your decision making, whether you're going to choose the right thing or the wrong thing, like that's really what the Lord look at. You know, your spirit, you know?
Yeah, we not, like you said, man, the other camps, they play costume, they act like Israelites. We actually live it. And we're in Eastern mindsets in a Western world, man. We're following Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in a land of Satan. They're making sex robots. And we're the only men that's out here teaching against everything that the Most High is against, man. So, any brothers have any closing statements?
Going against the grain, man. It's about suffering. We gonna lose, brother say.
And run with the thorn, man.
Yeah.
You might not get that thorn taking out your spirit. Run with that burden, man. Run with that weakness you're dealing with. Run with it. Yeah, you can fast, you can pray, but ultimately have that mentality to just deal with it and do the works.
Pray for strength.
Pray for strength, man. That's how you become a strong person. Pray for that strength. But hey,
and that's how, if I could say this, that's how you become truly wise as well.
Yeah.
See, when you endure that, hey, you gotta eat that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept what's happening to you, and you just praying to the Lord. And you're like, man, well, I don't really know what else to do. I done tried all this other stuff. Well, I guess it's just me and this hell. Lord, please take it away from me. And when you start recognizing certain things throughout the Spirit, and you live in that, and you start becoming wise. You know, like you were saying, now you can teach others the same thing when they going through it. You know, hey, this is our burden that we have to carry in this wicked world, you know?
Hey, man, it's part of it. And we all we got, man. We love each other. We are our fort. I mean, the word is our fort, but it feels good to come back to the tents, the camps, and be amongst the other soldiers that's dealing with the same thing you're dealing with, man. Same affliction. They understand what you're going through on every level. But, you know, with that, I hope brothers are edified. Learn to run with the thorn in your flesh until the next lesson. Shalom.
Shalom.
Ask ye now.